I'm Big Dave, the parks professor. For 28 years, I've been taking hiking trips all over the United States to enjoy and share with you the glory of God's creation in its natural state. In this video, I want to share my 4 favorite hikes from my hiking trip to Southern California and the Desert Southwest in February 2024. These hikes are presented in no particular order, and there are no real selection criteria other than I really enjoyed the hike. For my first favorite hike, we have the Bayside Trail at Cabrillo National Monument near San Diego, California. This monument is named for the Iberian explorer Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo, who is thought to be the first European to explore what is today America's west coast. A statue of Cabrillo stands outside the visitor center overlooking San Diego Bay. Next you pass the old Point Loma Lighthouse, which dates to 1855 and occupies the highest land on Point Loma. The Bayside Trail then starts down a closed asphalt road, but soon it turns left to leave the asphalt in favor of single-track dirt trail and starts descending. Views of the San Diego Bay unfold throughout the entire rest of the hike, and it's fun to watch ships and aircraft from the nearby naval base go in and out of the bay while you hike. I also passed some World War II spotlight sheds, which give this hike an interesting bit of military history. The trail ends at an overlook of the San Diego skyline across San Diego Bay. Normally this would be a highlight or postcard view, but on this trail it's a little anticlimactic because you got this view all the way down. Retracing your steps back uphill finishes the hike. The San Diego Bay scenery on this trail is fantastic, and the added military history makes it a truly spectacular short hike. For my next favorite hike, we find the Victoria Mine Trail at Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument in extreme southern Arizona. This out and back starts at the park's Twin Peaks campground and immediately heads into classic desert scenery. I dipped in and out of several washes, a few of which are steep enough to require stone stairs to enter or exit. I also passed a large number of stately saguaro cactuses, and the stark Sonoita Mountains stand in the distance to the south. 1.8 miles from the campground, I intersected an old dirt road where I had to turn left. A short distance later, I arrived at the old Victoria Mine. Silver was mined here for 30 years starting in the late 1800s. The ruins of the old mine store remain today, and some old mine shafts have been capped to prevent entry. Retracing my steps to the campground completed the hike. I did this hike for my 1000th blog hike, and while it would be a brutal hot sunny hike in the summer, I had a great hike across classic desert scenery to classic Old West history that February. My third favorite hike from this trip is the Bluff and Beach Loop at San Clemente State Beach in Southern California. I started at the Big Beach parking lot at the end of Avenida Calafia, and I chose to save the beach for last by heading uphill to the bluffs first. The bluffs consist of easily eroded dirt and rock, and this climb took me through some colorful badland-like formations. At the top of the bluffs, I got a great view down the canyon toward the Pacific Ocean. The next segment of trail took me through the butterfly garden and campground to the picnic area right on the edge of the bluff. A short steep descent on a wide dirt road took me under some railroad tracks to the beach. This beach is rockier than most Southern California beaches, and the closeness of the bluffs to the ocean gives this beach a distinct and rugged feel. Turning right and walking up the beach returned me to the parking lot to complete the hike. This is a short hike and a small park, and I thought this park would be too developed to offer a good hike, but I was wrong. The bluffs really make this area special, and I had a fantastic short hike here. My final favorite hike from this trip is the Bane Ridge and Bane Canyon Loop at Chino Hills State Park on the southeast side of the Los Angeles metro area. I started at the park entrance station, walked southwest on the entrance trail, then turned sharply right to start heading up the Bane Canyon Trail. I quickly reached the top end of the Bane Canyon Trail near the head of Bane Canyon, where I turned left to continue climbing on the Bane Ridge Trail. The Ridge Trail is narrower than the Canyon Trail, but the views are fantastic. For the next 2 miles, the trail heads down the ridge on a roller coaster course with some short but steep ups and downs. Views of bare grass-covered hills unfold in all directions, and the taller Santa Ana Mountains can be seen in the distance. At 2.8 miles, I reached the south end of the Bane Ridge Trail at a large parking lot. The old Rolling M Ranch can be seen to the west. I then did a short road walk to the bottom end of the Bane Canyon Trail and an angled left to head up the Bane Canyon Trail. A small stream flows through the bottom of the canyon, and that water makes for good wildlife viewing. I saw mourning doves, roadrunners, and deer here. At 4.7 miles, I closed the loop and angled right to return to the entrance station and finish the hike. I was surprised to find this much open area so close to Los Angeles, and I really enjoyed the views and wildlife this park has to offer. Well, there you have it. My 4 favorite hikes from my February 2024 hiking trip to Southern California and the desert Southwest. You can view videos for these 4 hikes and all 26 hikes from that trip using the Hiking Trip number 21 playlist on this channel. Until next time, I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor for Parking Full Time. Have a great afternoon, take care, and Lord bless.